So I've just completed a very short course on fundamentals of management, which is another course in the career success specialisation that I've decided to commit fully to doing, and I'm doing alongside my entrepreneurship one, and I'm also doing another short specialisation on emerging technologies, so that the three of them all come together to really satisfy the criteria of the masters I was originally going to go back to university to do. But yes, slightly different this time. While I have completed all of the lecture material, I haven't actually passed the course yet because I can't actually do the quiz if I'm auditing the course. So if I'm accessing it for free. They've changed this. The first two courses I did as part of this specialisation, I could just do the quiz and not have to pay for it. I wouldn't get a certificate, but at least then the course would be complete. Now all I can do is preview. If I want to get marked on the assignment, then I have to upgrade and pay for signature track, which I am going to do, but only once I've finished all the initial courses, because if I pay for the specialisation all in one go, I get it discounted. So for the time being, I'm just previewing. But even, so you just see the questions basically. You can't enter in what you think the answers are, which is a bit annoying. But at the same time, I guess by the time I have finished doing all of the lecture materials of all the courses, and finally do come to get the signature track and do all the quizzes, it will really test my knowledge to see whether or not the stuff from all the lectures is actually stuck in my head. So time will tell, basically. So it's pretty simple, really. I mean, the management process and how management styles have changed now in the 21st century have been on my mind quite recently. I recently read the new 1 Minute Manager, which ties quite nicely. Again, it's quite a short book into this nice short course. And overall, as with all of the MOOCs in this specialisation, it's a bare bones introduction. It's more just about putting you into the culture, getting you used to that mindset, those kind of processes. It's slightly in depth, but not too in depth. It makes you feel comfortable in this environment, or indeed in this MOOC. It makes you feel comfortable with management processes, and it explains it to you. And so basically that's the first 3 modules of it. And the last module, I think I was quite pleased to see there's an element of networking that's dealt with in the final lecture, and the importance of networking with various different types of people and building your network, and how this ultimately strengthens your leadership management style. And because looking at this specialisation, I was actually quite surprised to see that there isn't a MOOC devoted to networking, or indeed there isn't a MOOC devoted to marketing. I would have thought those were 2 ones that would fit quite nicely into the specialisation, because networking and marketing are very much part of the employee's criteria these days. Now that we have social media, everyone's online, in a sense you are much more actively promoting the brand you're a part of, and networking with other people who could become a part of that brand via your own network. So I was quite surprised to see they didn't have a course devoted entirely to it. But it's dealt with in here quite nicely, so it doesn't matter now. So I'm wondering if the marketing aspect is perhaps dealt with in one of the other courses, but time will tell. So I've completed this one now. That's 3, so 1, 2. So these I completed before Coursera changed the audit thing. So these I've actually completed because I was able to complete the quizzes. This one I've only got 82% thus far. I think this specialisation is struggling a bit actually, because in addition to, I don't think that many people are paying for it, and that's the reason why they've instigated this new thing of, if you want to complete the quizzes you have to pay for it. And I also think that's why they've changed the name, because originally it was called the Career Readiness Specialisation. So yeah, personally I think it needs a subtitle to elaborate a bit more, but yeah. So overall, a nice, simple, short course you could do in a single day. I've done it in 2. That nicely sums up the fundamentals of management, and ultimately, and this is quite important actually, defines how it's different to leadership, because they are quite different, even though they do cross over more often than not and do deal with each other. But yeah, a very good short course on the fundamentals of management, and a nice little piece of the career success specialisation.